Ildikó Fekete. And as you see, very luckily, we have younger new generations as well who feel compelled to study and continue this path and to deal with all these folk crafts. Ildikó is an egg decorator, and she most of her works deals with this wax technique. There are other types of techniques, carved or open hole, or sometimes they put little iron decorations, nail iron decorations on the eggs and so on and so on. But this is her specific field, this wax decoration. And obviously, if you use more colors, it's a long process, because in the case of each colors, you need to use different dyes, need to cover the previous layer, and so on and so on. So even just to create one single egg, it can be hours of
a long time, from half an hour those ones to 2.5 hours those ones.
Yeah. And I don't know how many pieces of eggs, you just an estimate how much you create.
4,000 I have.
4,000 now. Ildikó fell in love with egg decorating in the age of 4 or 5. So since that, although she is young, but since that time she had enough time to immerse herself into the art of egg decorating. And I always tend to say about her that in her civil life she has a degree in mathematics. And I don't know whether it's true or not, but I always think that her endless creativity of producing newer and newer motifs, and that I might say there is no one single identical piece in her repertoire. It's probably her way of mathematical way of thinking and seeing objects in a kind of three-dimensional geometric, because as you can see, you need to plan it, you need to have a kind of geometrical view of being able to plan all these motifs. Ildikó also is a academically trained expert of egg decorating. She also, similarly to our previous master, and this is true about all the masters who are here, does research work, going into the field, talking to people, collecting motifs over there, going to the museums, publishing, summarizing, publishing, and she has collections of various different regional styles. Here we selected two regional styles. These two panels is from the so-called Gimes Valley. It's in eastern Transylvania in the Carpathian Mountains. There is a narrow valley, the Gimes Valley, where there are Hungarian communities live. And as a peripheral area, I mean, usually peripheral areas tend to preserve archaic cultural phenomena, like long-lived cultural customs and costume and ideas and beliefs and stuff like that. Gimes is really one of the last regions of the whole Carpathian Basin where there is still, to a certain extent, a living folk culture, those places. Of course, rapidly modernizing, but there are still some continuation of authentic knowledge there. That panel, the red and white, is the original authentic motifs, and this one, what she sort of developed, sophisticated over, starting from there, from the sources, And these are her own designs already in a three-color rethinking of the original motifs. The Dimash motifs again quite talkative, and it shows the ancient character and one-time ancient talkative symbolism behind these motifs. Could you just tell us some of the names? For example,
yes, of course. We have a lot of motifs which symbolizes a part of an animal or part of a human. For example, hand motifs or roasted comb or something like that. They are always protective motifs. Has to be healthy in the next year as well. But we have other kind of motifs. Yeah, maybe this one. This is the mist path here over there. The mist passes have to not lose the way, but always return home. So every motif had their own meaning, and most of them have some kind of protection on them.
yeah, thank you. This collection is from the Chartres area. Chartres is a Reformed Presbyterian region alongside the Danube, 4 or 5 communities, prosperous communities. You see, I wouldn't say a newer layer of motifs, but definitely not that geometric, not that ancient. You can't find so obviously the meaning, the symbolism behind more of this type of decorative floral ornamentation, what you can see. On the other hand, this is a new collection or part of a new collection from Ildiko, what she produced during this scholarship year. Could you tell us a few words
Yes,
about
sure.
the concept of this
Sure,
collection?
sure. So during the scholarship, I try to find out not only the Hungarian regions and not only the Hungarian motifs, but all around us in Poland, in Slovakia, in the Czech Republic, they are also creating traditional Easter eggs. And I just try to find the traditional motifs, the traditional regions during my scholarship program. So here you can find a lot of nations and here there is from the Czech Republic, this is from Slovakia, this is Poland, this is Slovenia. So if you later on come here, then you can check which line symbolizes which country or which region.
Thank you
Thank you.
Thank you. Of course, East Central Europe is a very strongly multi-ethnic area. Hungary itself, I mean, historical Hungary, 50% of Hungary's population were non-Hungarians from approximately 15, 16 various different cohabiting ethnicities. And obviously, strongly multi-ethnic territories, there are lots of cross-cultural influences, which makes it even